Hello, I'm Gary Hartshaw from Bridgestone UK. We've been invited today to the Mick Extance off-road school. Mick has invited some industry personnel down, and he's got this idea of how off-road motorcycling can make road riders safer. Let's go and find out what it's all about.
Off-road road riding, it's an amazing thing to go on those journeys. Motorcycling has to be controlled in a safe environment, and the more we unfold, the more we see that in every aspect, from safety clothing to understanding the bikes and enjoying our time. And a big one of that is the change of surfaces. You know, we go from the tarmac to the gravel. When we become familiar with it, the gravel becomes less of a problem to us. Originally, it plays a big role in the safety of the bike, and awareness is another big one. And the best way, I think, to understand that is off-roading. Why do we want to go off-roading? To enjoy the scenery. If we're looking at scenery, take the scenery home with us. That's a big part of what we push here. And the other thing is that the school is growing with now, when we welcome here with open arms, is the non-riders. You get a lot of people every weekend. I would now probably strongly say there's 2 or 3 people come here and have never sat on a motorbike, and what a great way to introduce them to the world of biking. Whether they go on to ride on the road, stay off-roading, it's a great way to try and keep that moving in a safe environment. That's a really big part of what we are.
So, our mission, as it says there, to demonstrate the benefits of off-road training and how it comes across on the road.
Right, so now we're up at the Mick Extance venue in very, very sunny Wales, and we're just about to put into practice what we've learned in the classroom this morning. So we have some novices, we have some people that have just passed the CBT, and we have some experienced road riders. So we're going to put them through the paces at the venue, and we'll get back to you later to let you know how they got on.
Why do we want to ride these things half the time? We don't all want to race them. Check out the views, you know, and that's the big thing, isn't it?
We have here Nikki and Joe. Nikki is from the Shire's Motorcycle Training Centre in Derby.
Yes.
And Joe is one of her recent pupils. So as a trainer, CBT trainer, do you think that something like this, an off-road experience, would benefit
100%.
the likes like Joe?
100%. I believe that it helps with confidence. I believe that it helps with knowing the ability of the bike, knowing how tyres respond to different surfaces, and not only that, it's really good fun.
Yeah, but it's grateful, and I'm with you on that one. But I think it also teaches the importance of the brake, the throttle and the clutch, doesn't it? Joe, I'll ask that question to you. What do you think? I mean, you're a recently passed CBT.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally agree. There's I've only been on the road a couple of months, and from today it's taught me the bike handles totally different. I can have a lot more trust in the bike itself, and by building the trust out there, I know there's no cars that are going to hit me, so I just build. It's a massive confidence builder.
Yeah, well, you can concentrate on riding the bike, can't you, as opposed to what's going on around you.
Okay, we're just going to kind of keep growing that with putting our feet down. So when we come across bits like this, whatever level we race at, like we just done, proves where we can go when we put our feet down. And the big thing that you find when you come to situations like this is, we now start to look really at the situation, the surface, and then it becomes harder. If you used to cover that in soil, you wouldn't even look at it that much. Trying to introduce more people safely into the magic world of riding motorcycles. Today there was 4 or 5 people, never ridden bikes, and they've all left now with a big smile on their face, safely and learnt to pull that together. And the big connection that we're trying to do is connect road riding and off-road a lot closer together, to show that doing this off-road experience we can certainly carry in many ways to the road to hopefully make motorcycling safer and put a smile back on people's face in the fun factor.
Yeah, of course, and 3 of the people that have been here today are from Shire's motorcycle training up in Derby and Nottingham, along with one of their recent passees. So what was the sort of feedback that they've given you in terms of what they think off-roading would benefit even an experienced motorcyclist, but more importantly a total novice and someone that's just passed a CBT, for example?
Yeah, I think again, you know, when we see it today, showed the importance of trying to do this in many ways. The change of surfaces on the road, controlling under the braking system, understanding the brakes again, going back to the basics of the bike and growing again from there. And the ones who had just recently passed their CBT, today was the second time they've ridden a bike, and the feedback from them was, thank you.
Yeah, yeah, it's really helped them out, hasn't it? And of course, Richard, one of the coaches here, you take off the novices, don't you? And you take them off into a field, and these people have never even cocked a leg over a motorcycle, have they? So we went off up the mountain for an hour, came back, and we passed you coming up. Yeah. So an hour later, these people are riding on fire roads on gravel after an hour of worth of training from you.
I think it's important to get the basics right first, isn't it? So as I say, if you teach somebody the basics of clutch control and good braking, then you can get it right from the beginning, and rather than being thrown in at the deep end and struggling with it, as soon as those basics are learned, and little things like putting your feet on the floor, then you can progress really quickly. So, and because, especially with people who've never ridden before, the gravel doesn't faze them as much. People who ride on the road, gravel tends to faze them. If you're new to biking and somebody says that's the road you're going to ride on, you go, oh, yeah, okay, that's fine, I can do that, you know, and you learn very, very quickly that way.
And we all know that motorcyclists, as road riders, are far more aware of what's going on around them. But I certainly know from my experience when I first started riding dirt bikes that my awareness is even greater from riding dirt bikes, simply because of the terrain changes. And you've got to scan in front of you, you've got to see ahead, haven't you? If you don't, there's something in the way, or that you've not clocked, like a rock or a log or something. And for me, when I'm now riding on the road, I'm far more aware of who's around me, what's around me, where the junctions are, looking at signs, and that's come from this sort of stuff. Yeah. So all in all, I think we're all in agreement, and also more importantly, the guests that have been here today, they're in massive agreement that this makes motorcycling safer. And I think that's the message that we need to get across, isn't it? Yeah. So we're at the end of the day, and we've had some interesting industry people here. We've also had some non-industry people here as well. We've had a police motorcyclist, we've had total novices who've never put their leg over a motorcycle before. Lots of different people from in and around motorcycling, and I think we've concluded that off-roading has benefited every single one of them. Every single one of those attendees today has gone away with their eyes opened as to how off-roading can improve their road riding. So it begs the question, you know, where do we go from here? Should it be part of compulsory basic training?